Welcome everyone to episode 98 of EDH Commander Challenge. I'm your host, BT. Now, happy Father's Day to all the great fathers out there, by the way. I hope you're enjoying a wonderful afternoon. Now, a couple things to mention before we get started today. It's less than a week away from the first official day of summer. And on top of that, in just 2 more episodes, we'll have officially reached our 100th episode. And boy, do we have a special for you. It's going to be a 4-person multiplayer matchup. The participants will be myself, the mad scientist Francis, Mr. Jimmy, and making her debut to the channel, our first female playgroup member, my lovely girlfriend Emma. She's been training over the last couple of weeks, and apparently she told me yesterday that she's finally picked out a deck that will show how awesome her training will have paid off, and she said she will show none of us, not even me, any mercy. Whew! Alright, I can't wait for that. So that'll be in episode 100, along with a couple of cosmetic changes that are all thanks to our patron pledge hammers. I can't wait to show you guys when we're done. We're almost finished doing it right now. It is going to be sweet. So that is all set for episode 100. And by the way, in episode 101, there'll be another surprise. I told you guys a few weeks ago that there were some surprises coming up for the summertime. And in episode 101, at the end of that episode, that other secret surprise will be revealed. Now, speaking of surprises, as you guys know, this week, Modern Horizons officially released. And today, myself and the Mad Scientist decided to look at some of the new, awesome, legendary creatures to make decks with. And this match is pretty interesting, because it's literally bear royalty versus the Sliver that apparently started it all. Without any further ado, let's get to those opening hands. First, we have the Mad Scientist, who, by the way, got himself a brand new playmat. Can you guess what anime his new playmat comes from? In any case, he's playing his mono green Ayula Queen Among Bears deck. And he keeps an opening hand with Yeva, Nature's Herald, Wilderness Reclamation, Nisa Genesis Mage, Sensei's Divining Top, 2 Forests, and Forge of Heroes. Meanwhile, I am playing my Berg deck, featuring the first Sliver. And my opening hand consists of Sentinel Sliver, Muscle Sliver, Striking Sliver, Door of Destinies, Godless Shrine, Vivid Creek, and Mossward Bridge. I win the dice roll and start us off. Let's go! I play a Vivid Creek tapped and pass. Francis plays a Forest and casts Sensei's Divining Top for a strong start. I play Murmuring Boss tapped and pass. Francis plays a basic and brings Ayula Queen Among Bears to the party before passing. I play Mossward Bridge, hide away a card, and pass. Francis plays Myriad Landscape tapped and has his Ayula slash me for 2 damage and passes. I play Godless Shrine untapped, taking 2 damage, and cast Door of Destinies, calling Slivers, and pass. Francis plays a basic, and then sacks his landscape to fetch 2 more basics into play tapped. Then he has his Ayula slash my face again for 2 more damage before passing. I play Yavimaya Coast, and decide to set up some more value for my Slivers by casting Guardian Project. Then I tap and remove a counter from my creek for 1 red and cast Striking Sliver. This places a charge counter on my door and lets me draw a card from my project before passing. During my end step, Francis checks his top 3 cards with his Sensei's top. Francis plays Forge of Heroes and casts Wilderness Reclamation, followed by Nisa's Triumph to grab 2 more forests from his deck to his hand. Then he passes, and during his end step, his Wilderness Reclamation triggers, untapping his lands. I play Command Tower and pay 1 mana of each color to bring out the first dad. Sliver. First Sliver. I played the first Sliver. Sorry guys, it's Father's Day after all. With its Cascade trigger, I get Firewake Sliver. It also adds a charge counter to my Door of Destinies, and I draw a card from the project. Then, since I now have haste, I attack Francis with both the first and Striking Slivers. Francis blocks the first with Ayula and flashes in Yeva, Nature's Herald, to block the striking. This forces me to sacrifice away my Firewake to be able to boost my striking by +2/+2, making it overall a 5/5 and big enough to kill Yeva before I pass. During my end step, Francis checks his top 3 cards again with his Sensei's top. Francis plays another basic and casts Kadama's Reach to net even more basics, making me a little nervous, as he's very, very, very close to, say, Tooth and Nail Entwine mana, or maybe even a giant Genesis Wave for all I know. It could be Bear Town in a couple of seconds. He then recasts Ayula, raising further suspicions, and passes his turn untapping his lands thanks to his Reclamation. As I have 10 power between the creatures I have currently in play, I use my Mosswort Bridge to cast Thorncaster's Sliver for free. With its Cascade, I get Nature's Lore, which I cast, and it allows me to add Tropical Island from my deck into play. I also add a 3rd counter to my door and draw a free card with the Guardian Project. Next I cast Shadow Sliver. And with its Cascade, I get Soul Ring, along with a 4th charge counter on my door and another free draw from my Guardian Project. I follow that up by casting Muscle Sliver, which cascades into Mox Diamond, which I discard a land card to keep it in play, and use the mana immediately along with the mana I had filling from the Soul Ring to cast Heart Sliver that fell out of my hand. But although I forgot to cascade with it, so in the end, well, it's my bad. I tap my last land, my Godless Shrine, and exile Elvish Spirit Guide from my hand to cast Sentinel Sliver, which cascades into Training Grounds. That grants me a final draw with my awesome Guardian Project and lets me add yet another counter onto my door, making my slivers super huge at this point. I move into combat, and since Francis can't block my general, as all my slivers basically have shadow, making them unblockable, I attack with everything, which has vigilance, thanks to my Sentinel Sliver, and take the win. However, Francis reveals that I was very lucky, as during my next turn, he had 2 options, being Genesis Wave, or as you can see me pointing to, the really crazy Planar Bridge, which would have been really scary with that Wilderness Reclamation he had in play. For this week's cardboard MVP, for myself, I'm going with Door of Destinies. When you run cards like that, or Sliver Legion, or even Magma Sliver, and you have, say, 5 or 6 slivers in play, even if they're just 1/1 tokens, it's very possible for it to be lethal in one shot. It forces your opponent to have an answer on your turn, whether it be, say, a Moment's Peace or a Cyclonic Rift to stop you, or they risk being taken out just like that. For the mad scientist Francis, I'd say Wilderness Reclamation, if only had a card to abuse it with, like, say, for example, Chord of Calling, or Kamal Fist of Krosa, Kamal's Druidic Vow if you had a legendary in play, or Genesis Wave. It would have been crazy. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget, if you enjoy our content, consider becoming a patron. You'll get access to exclusive bonuses, and you'll be helping out the channel at the same time. Once again, a happy Father's Day for all of you dads out there, and thanks so much all of you for watching. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you're a fan of EDH gameplay and you like whether it be 1v1 or multiplayer and you want to be part of the ever-growing Commander Challenge family, just make sure you smash the subscribe button and notification bell down below. We do weekly videos. Don't forget as well to like, comment, share our videos, but most importantly, enjoy them. On behalf of all of our members here, I'm your host, BT. Feel free to check out all of the videos in the channel, join our game. It's now your turn. Cheers!